welcome to this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Today I greet you from Hawaii, as you can tell by my hotel's bathroom. But I hope you enjoy. I just kicked my sister's water bottle, by the way. But I will talk to you for the outro. But I hope you enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment if you would like. Have fun watching one more. The video just glitched and like took like a 2-second clip. Not even 2 second, like 0.2 seconds of a clip. Holy shit, I just hit one up really fast. Okay, today we are talking about the Australia GP track. So we are in Melbourne, Australia, if you don't know. Okay, so this is the first street circuit that we've had. So if you don't know what that means parts, if not all, are like a part of the city or village or whatever place that we're in. But today, it's part of the city. And so, as you can see, there are... Sorry, I just like hyped myself up and now I'm like choking. There are 16 turns. There are going to be 58 laps, and the circuit length is 5.303 kilometers. That's the length. See, distance, like with the laps, is 307.54 kilometers. And we're going clockwise. Date established 1996. Capacity 80,000. Okay. As you can see, it's like this ovalish kind of shape. There are 3 sectors per normal, and there are, as you can see, 1, what? Oh, sorry, I confused myself there. There are 1 and 2. I think there's 2 DRS zones. It's been like 3 days since I looked at the track, so bear with me. I've put off filming until now, because the day that I'm filming this, 17 minutes to finish filming this, the day I'm filming this is the day of P3 and qualifying, and it starts in 17 minutes, so I can finish this. Okay, and FP1. It was relatively normal. But I was more excited with FP2 because Charles Leclerc got second. I was so excited. Like, literally, I think he was on medium tires when he got his fastest lap, and I screamed. It was 10 p.m., probably 10:30 at that time in California, and I screamed. I was like, because, you know, Ferrari, we only have 28 points for the entire thing so far. Red Bull has 2 races, so 50. What's 18 times 2? I should probably just look, but I'll put it on the screen what it is. But yeah, you get the idea. And I don't really believe that the free practices are more for the drivers than for anything. And obviously, if you're a fan, it's fun to watch. But if you're watching this, it's not essential to know. Qualifying is FP3. FP3 is good because it gets them warmed up for qualifying. So it's like their warm-up round in a sense. But yeah, I really do believe that's everything you need to know. I'm not going to overcomplicate what's happening. Oh, I think Michael Schumacher had the fastest lap in 2000, I want to say. I'm going off of memory, so that definitely could be wrong. We have 3 sets of tires per normal. We have intermediate, we have hard, and we have ultra soft. Soft, fastest, hard, last. Intermediate is just in between. So, Lando, in the not second, in the first free practice, got ninth, and I was very excited for him. Because that is the first time, even if it's just in a free practice, the first time McLaren's been in the top 10 all season. So, you can understand my excitement there. Oh, and Daniel Ricciardo's there, and he's being Daniel Ricciardo, and he's all around the paddock, and he obviously won't be racing because Max Verstappen and Checo are both good. And oh my god, Christian Horner was so shady in this interview. I'm not sure if it was just him and Zach Brown. If you don't know, Zach Brown's the head of McLaren, where Daniel Ricciardo used to be. And so, like, they're sitting in the interview, asked about Daniel, and so they were like, yeah, Daniel, and I'm Christian, and so he goes, yeah, Daniel's good, he's ready to be out on track in like 10 minutes, like, meaning like he could do it. He doesn't really need any time to prepare, and then whatever, and then he goes like, yeah, he came back like really skinny, and like, really, like, not, he didn't say, he said really skinny, but like, he was basically just like, McLaren, you fucked our reserve driver up. Because if you don't know, that's where Daniel Ricciardo started and was there for a while and then moved. But yeah, I think it's everything. I really don't believe that there's, I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about this. Okay, so Max Verstappen's girlfriend, fiance, whatever, Kelly Piquet, okay? Her dad, Nelson Piquet, is a 3-time WDC winner, world champion winner, okay? He is, over the past 10, 15 years, made several racist comments towards Lewis Hamilton. When I was reading the article, it didn't specify. I'm not sure if he made homophobic comments towards Lewis Hamilton, but obviously Lewis Hamilton has never stated his sexuality, so I'm not going to assume anything. I'm just going to that's not my place. And so, yeah. And so, last year, Lewis Hamilton got rewarded a honorary citizenship in Brazil and Portugal. And so, Nelson Piquet is Portuguese. And so, I think it was in an interview or something, he said some, like, derogatory term towards Lewis Hamilton, and a human rights group took it up to the Brazilian Supreme Court, and they are fining him, like, I think the exact number is $954,000, but let's just say $1 million. And honestly, I love that. I'm sorry, I mean, I don't know why, it's just like, that brings me so much joy, because Lewis Hamilton genuinely seems like one of the sweetest people, in my opinion. Also, this side of my hair has totally fallen, and this hasn't. I also got my hair cut today, so that could be why. But you get the idea. But yeah, okay, I think that's everything that happened. I'll come back and update if I forgot anything. Talked about the street circuit. I talked about there's 16 turns. And I think it's on turn 12. No, maybe not 12. On one of the turns, it's like there's gravel. And so when they're turning, this happened a lot in the free practice, when they're turning, like, if, say, they skid, and then they go in the gravel, and then the gravel gets, like, all up in the car, and it's bad. And then, like, Jensen Button was talking about, and he was like, yeah, it's a pain in the ass to clean it all out, so I go out to all of the, I doubt they'd make engineers do it, or maybe, who knows, who have to clean that out, because several people did it. Checo did it. Yuki, he, like, I'm not sure if he hit the gravel, but he spun and he nearly hit the barrier, but he didn't. I'm not sure if he hit the gravel, though. I think he did, though. I'm pretty sure. What else is important? I think that's really it. I think this is going to be a really good race as well, because for Oscar Piastri and Logan Sargent, and Lance Stroll, I believe, this is their first time racing on this track, and Logan Sargent couldn't go in FP2 from electrical issues in his Williams car. So, also, if you don't know, if you are not, like, well versed in the F1 world, Lizzie McIntosh is a F1 reporter, and she is so iconic. She's one of my, like, she genuinely seems like the sweetest person. She's hands down one of my favorite, like, F1 people. And she was on a podcast this week, and they were just talking, and so I think they were talking about, I didn't watch the full podcast, take it into account. They were talking about something, and Lizzie had, like, just finished her sentence, and then the host asked her, so who do you think is the hottest driver? And she was like, is that something you ask all of your guests? I love her. And it's so iconic. She's, like, a really good reporter as well. I just thoroughly recommend you go and watch some of her interviews. She did this really good one with C2, I think a year or so back, maybe more. But yeah, I think that's everything you need to know. Oh, but that brought to my mind, because at the, I'm not sure if it was at an F1 gala or whatever, she was interviewing Logan Sargent, and chemistry? Sparks were flown. They flopped. That's not a word. They were there, though. So. But, I mean, I don't know how old Lizzie is, and I think Logan Sargent's, I don't know either of them. I think Lizzie's 22, I believe. And Logan Sargent, I have no idea. I don't really pay attention to Williams. No offense. I do love Alex Albon, though. But I love Lily more. Wait, is he Williams? Wait. Yeah, he's Williams. George Russell was Williams before he went to Mercedes. If you don't know. George Russell is the second driver for Mercedes. I swear, I'm like specifying things that I'm assuming most people, I've learned that like I assume that y'all know who I'm talking about when, if you're watching this just because you're watching it like for me rather than for F1, then when I mention names, I have to actually specify like whom they are. So Lewis Hamilton, number 1 Mercedes driver. George Russell, number 2 Mercedes driver. Alex Albon, number 1 Williams driver, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna cry of laughter. Okay, so there's this rumor going around that Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly, so they're both on Alpine now. And so they had like beef in the past, I think. And so earlier this year, Charles and Esteban, Pierre, Charles, and Esteban were all at some NBA game. I almost said NFL. NBA game. And they were all together and whatever. And then I think Pierre posted a photo of all 3 of them, but then Charles cut out Esteban. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like, Pierre Gasly either, like, one of them stole the other one's girl. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it's Pierre Gasly, because that seems like what... Because that seems like what the Frenchman would do. No offense. I think that's everything. Oh. And so, like, they've honestly kind of been, like, on... It's suspected to be a little weird when Pierre Gasly signed with Alpine. And so, there's this rumor going around that they were fighting and they were throwing croissants at each other. And I saw it on TikTok, so I'll put the screenshot here. And it was so funny. I was cackling. Like, throwing croissants at each other? You're kidding me. No. Like, it was so funny. Like, I'm gonna cry. It was literally... But yeah. I'm, like, pretty sure that's everything, like, track-wise. Track-wise, FP1 and FP2 need to know. Like, what I've been talking about now is more just, like, F1 gossip. Yeah, I think that's everything. Oh. Daniel Ricciardo says that he may come back next season. Only if a top team asks him, though. Because Checo extended his, contract, and I don't even know when Max Verstappen's ends, but they're not letting him go. And then Lewis Hamilton's is coming to an end with Mercedes, which I feel like he'll probably sign with them again, maybe. But if Charles Leclerc wants to leave, because of the shit car that they have and strategy that they have, then maybe. Because Charles Leclerc's contract ends in 2024, I believe. I definitely talked about this before. It doesn't end this season, it ends next season, I'm pretty sure. Like, after next season. And so, let's say, well, I mean, I guess Lewis Hamilton could extend his contract. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure, Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc's end at the same season. So, who knows? We may get an extension on both of them, we get an extension on one of them. We might get neither of them. We might both be leaving. My thing is that I want Lando and Carlos on the same team. So, like, Carlos, bye-bye Oscar Piastri. And I know McLaren is ass and their car sucks, but I want Carlando back. I feel like most of us do. But, I mean, you shouldn't sign with the team. It's like, you shouldn't join a sport just because your friend does it. You shouldn't join a team. But also, like, depends on the amount of zeros are behind it. Yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, but so he said that he's not signing unless it's a top team. So, like, obviously he doesn't want to, like, restart and rebuild his racing team because he made his debut in 2011, I believe. And so it's like, he doesn't want to start from, like, no offense, like, he doesn't want to start at, like, Haas and then, like, have to work his way up to, like, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, Aston Martin now. Could be any of them. But he doesn't want to, like, redo all of that. He doesn't want to build his career. And that's understandable. I don't think anyone would want to. I'm also talking really fast because I have 3 minutes. Honestly, hold on, let me just... Since I forgot to... Hold on, let me just... Since I forgot to film at home, I'm currently bringing to you what happened in FP2 in qualifying, or FP3 in qualifying in my hotel bathroom in Hawaii. So, FP2, not that interesting to be, or why did I say FP2? Sorry. FP3, not that interesting besides, like, honestly, just not really that interesting. It's FP, not that important. Okay? But, qualifying. So, within the first round of qualifying, so in Q1, Checo spins out. Then, after that, it's like tame, relatively, Ferrari doesn't do their best, which is common theme. But, like, honestly, qualifying was fine. Like, qualifying and FP3 and qualifying is like, it's important it's important to the race, obviously, but it's not that important to know everything that happened in them. So that's why I'm just like, do y'all even really want to hear about this when it comes down to it? And so, what the fuck is happening? I don't know. But yeah. I'll just put the lineup grid here. I don't really think there's anything else y'all need to know. Also, I'm very sweaty. We came back from the sunset. It's gross. Not the sunset. Okay. Hi, y'all. So, I am actually filming this before I talk about qualifying and FP3. So, this is my analysis on what the fuck happened at the Australian GP. It was crazy. It was insane. And, I mean, like, I don't even know. Like, you can't even recap it. It was so... But I'm gonna try. So, first lap, turn 3. Charles Leclerc gets hit in the rear tire by Lance Stroll and spins out onto the gravel. I'll put a clip here. Or there'll probably be a clip already playing. And so, he spins out. So that means he's out for the race. Okay? We continue on. It's fine. George Russell's in the lead, then it's Lewis Hamilton, then Max Verstappen, okay? And so then, I have my list here of everything. it was just crazy. Okay, and then I'm forgetting on which lap, but I'm pretty sure on lap 14, Alex Albon, he was turning into the same corner, and he completely, so he was going too fast, I believe, and then when he took the turn, he went like, he 360'd twice and then smashed into the barrier. He was fine. Car, not so much. And I worry because, like, Williams does not exactly have the money for that shit to happen a lot. Same with, okay, I'm getting into myself, okay? And then on lap 20, George Russell's car lights on fire. Okay? Take it. So what happened is that they pitted him, and so then he was in like 8th, and Hamilton was in 1st, and then Max Verstappen overtook him eventually. But then he was pitted, and so then he was in like 8th, and then he, like, you can see as he's going, like, a little smoke is coming out of his rear, and so, oh, sorry, my phone just completely fell. So as I was saying, you could see, like, smoke coming out of his rear, and then he lit on fire. It was very scary. And so then, continuing on, the race is relatively tame after that, and, like, as the past two have been, and so then we get to lap, well, obviously we had red flag with George Russell and Alex Albon. So no, there was only 2. Sorry, I'm not sure if we had one after George Russell, but still. And so then we get to lap 56. There's a red flag because who? I'm forgetting. Oh, Kevin, not. I don't remember if Kevin Magnussen or Valtteri Bottas' tire came off. And so then we had a red flag, okay? So this is lap 56 out of 58, okay? At the beginning of lap 56, okay? So the order was, let me double check to make sure I am correct here. But the order was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Carlos Sainz, I want to say Lance Stroll, I'm not exactly confident on past there, so I'm going to look that up right now to make sure I'm not feeding y'all false information. Okay, I don't know if this is right, but I'll find it and I'll put it on the screen, okay? And so what happens is the race starts off. Everything is, like, not fine. Like, for the first, like, 2 minutes, we're fine. Not even, like, the first 20 seconds, it's fine, okay? They get to turn 3. That's when the first incident happens. So, in my opinion, okay, so, like, from my eyes when I was watching. So, Carlos Sainz hits Fernando Alonso. And then, behind them, the 2 Alpines crashed into each other. Well, oh wait, no, sorry, that comes after. And then Nick DeVries and Logan Sargent both spun out into the gravel as well. And so then, like, all of these were just fucking crazy. And then, if I'm not mistaken, something happened with Lance Stroll. I really don't like Lance Stroll because he took out Charles Leclerc, and the FIA ruled it as, like, not there. Like, okay. So then that happens, the 4 of them, and so then with the 2 Alpines, like I was saying, so what happens is that I'm forgetting who was in front, but they're going and the 2 of them hit each other, like, in the back. They hit their wheels, and then they go forward, and then, like, one of their cars was completely smashed in. I'm not sure if it was Hawkins or Gasly's, but it was one of theirs, and it was bad. Like, so then they were out of the race. And so then red flags all around since it was such chaos. And so then, okay, like, from Jensen Button and Crofty's commentary, they were saying, like, what are we gonna do? So then the FIA, there was four options on what they could have done. So they could have ended the race then and there with the grid that it was, so with Sainz ending in the top 3, okay? They could have ended there. Or they could have ended it with the same grid as it started. So with with Max Verstappen, Hamilton, and Alonso in the top 3. Or they could have restarted it with the grid of Sainz being in 3rd, or they could have restarted it with Alonso being 3rd, because his car didn't get damaged much, I believe. And so the FIA don't really do much after that. And so then, like, I would say it was a good 10 minutes that we were waiting. And so then the FIA rules that they will start as they did before. So with Fernando in 3rd, okay? But Sainz has a 5-second penalty. And take it, this is only 1 lap. That's the end of it for you, man. And so then that happens, and so then Sainz ends up placing at the final at 12th. So Ferrari didn't score any points this race, which is very disappointing since they are only at 26 points in this season so far. And like, if you don't understand the point system, okay, if you finish in the top 10, these are the points you get. Number 1 gets 25, number 2 gets 18, if I'm not mistaken, and so on and so forth, okay? And then also, if you were in the top 10 and you get the fast lap, you get an extra point. Make sense? Okay? And so then, Ferrari will, okay. Obviously, Carlos Sainz scored 4th in Bahrain, and then he scored 5th in Jeddah, I'm pretty sure. And then he scored 12th this time. And Charles Leclerc DNF'd in Bahrain, 6th in Jeddah, and DNF'd in Melbourne. And so Charles Leclerc only has 6 points, and Carlos Sainz has 20. So in all, Ferrari has 26 points. Red Bull has, now I'm not 100% sure, let me double check, but it's annoying, and not annoying, but like, what fucking engine is in RB19? Like, I swear to God, they must have like some psycho fucking engine in there. Like, oh. But it's just crazy fast. And Lewis Hamilton ended up, like I was saying, Lewis Hamilton ended up on the podium for the first time since 2021, I believe. It was, his first podium since then. And Max Verstappen always is in first. And obviously, obviously y'all will know this since qualifying, I talked about qualifying in ep.3 before this, but here now, I haven't filmed that yet. But as you know, Checo started in 20th and ended in 9th, if I'm not mistaken, 8th or 9th. And it's just like, I love Checo. I love Checo so much more than I love Max Verstappen. I don't know why. Max Verstappen puts a bitter taste in my mouth. I don't know. It could be the fact that I'm a big Charles Leclerc fan. Could be that I don't like Kelly Piquet. It could be lots of things. Could be that, I mean, obviously, Josh Verstappen's not his fault. That's his dad, if you don't know. But, like, I get that he has, like, major daddy issues. I do, too. But, I don't know. He's never gonna be in, like, my top 5 drivers. Like, for me, my top 5 is, I'm currently checking right now. Okay. So, the Checo ended in... Okay, this is the ending grid. So these are the winners, and this is their order. It's loaded. Or maybe it's not loading. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso are on the podium, okay? Those are the top 3. And then 4th goes to Lance Stroll. 5th goes to Checo. Congrats, man. 6 guessed Lando. As Lando finally made it into the points. It was glorious. I think most people were very happy by that. Did Oscar Piastri DNF? No. Ow. Oh my god, ow. There's like something in my eye. Fuck. Oh my god. Okay. So, continuing on. Lando in 6th. Number 8, Oscar. Oh my god, I cannot read right now. So sorry, y'all. Number 7th, Nico Hülkenberg. 8th, Oscar Piastri. 9th, Zhou Guanyu. Oh wait, Zhou Guanyu. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure. Okay. And then in 10th, Yuki Tsunoda. So that's rounding out the top 10. Past there, we have, just outside the points, we have Valtteri Bottas, Carlos Sainz, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Nick de Vries, Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, George Russell, Alex Albon, and Charles Leclerc. So, as I was saying, okay, oh wait, no, holy shit. Albon was only out on the 6th lap. I'm so sorry, not 14th. And then George Russell was on the 17th lap. And Kevin Magnussen was out on the 50th. Oh wait, no, 52nd. There we go. But yeah, that's everything that happened. It was crazy. And so everyone who DNF'd is Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Nick de Vries, Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, George Russell, Alexander Albon, and Charles Leclerc. All 7 of them DNF'd. Very sad. Like, okay, back to what I was saying with my favorite drivers. But that was like the official information, okay? So, obviously, as I was saying, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz. Past there gets a little complicated. On a more serious note, okay, so this is Max Verstappen's first time getting pole position in Australia. Last year, Charles Leclerc was in that position. Trying not to be salty. For me, the race literally lasted 2 days. Let me explain. So, it started at 10 p.m. Western Standard Time. So, on the west coast of North America. And so then it lasted till 12:30. So, I was there for a while. Sorry, y'all. It's 10 p.m. and I didn't really sleep last night. And I'm leaving for Hawaii tomorrow. I'm leaving in 12 hours. And I haven't really packed. Yeah, I really think that's everything you need to know. I know this is really choppy and confusing, like my clip before this, but what can you do? Let's go by points. Ready? Max Verstappen at a whopping 69 points. Sergio Perez, 54. Fernando Alonso, 45. Lewis Hamilton, 38. Carlos Sainz, 20. Lance Stroll, 20. George Russell, 18th. Lando Norris, 8. Nico Hülkenberg, 6. Charles Leclerc, 6. Valtteri Bottas, 4. Esteban Ocon, 4. Pierre Gasly, 4. Did I say Oscar? Yeah, I said Oscar Piastri, sorry. Zhou Guanyu at 2, and Yuki Tsunoda and Kevin Magnussen at 1. Oh, and Alex Albon at 1. So, maybe not the most. This race was hands down traumatizing for all Ferrari fans, because Carlos's voice, once the FIA announced the 5-second penalty, the desperation in his voice made me want to sob. Like, it was so sad. Like, my heart, like, I literally, like, it brings tears to my eyes. I also think that could just because my makeup's annoying my eyes. But still, it was very sad. But then, overall in teams, oh, shit. Okay, obviously Red Bull being first. So Red Bull has 123, Aston Martin has 65, Mercedes has 56, Ferrari has 26, McLaren has 12, Alpine has 8, has 7, Alfa Romeo has 6, AlphaTauri has 1, and Williams has 1. So 10 out of 20 teams. Oh wait, no. Sorry. So all teams have points at the moment. I don't know, man. Like, the Constructors' Championship kind of, that's what the points matter for, if you don't know. So the Constructors' Championship is whatever team has the most points at the end. And so, from this point in time, it definitely seems like Red Bull or Aston Martin or Mercedes. Those are, I think, the podium right now. The podium of the Australian Grand Prix is probably, although it breaks my heart, probably something like it's going to be in Abu Dhabi, even though it breaks my heart. And also, it was the first time, if ever, if not a long time, that 3 world champions have been on the podium. So, Max Verstappen with 3, Lewis Hamilton with 8, Fernando Alonso with 3. I don't know, man. I just go with it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna end this now, but let's wrap up because that was really messy. I feel like all clips in this video are very messy because I've been hesitant to film this. Hesitant and meaning that, like, I can't really take the hate anymore, so I'm considering just deleting my YouTube channel and calling it a day. And I know that seems cowardly. It's just, I'm a 13-year-old girl who's already made, or a 14-year-old girl who's already made a lot of enemies in my personal life. I don't need any haters online. You feel me? So, if you don't see one next time, you'll know why. I'll probably post something saying something. I'll probably post it on, like, in the community tab if you don't know. So go look at that. Keep your eyes open. But yeah. Okay, so this was the ending grid, and then several DNFs. It was a crazy race. Like, the free practices were crazy as well, but then this was just, it was an amazing race as an F1 fan. It was traumatizing as a Ferrari fan, but an amazing race as an F1 fan. Very entertaining, very enjoyable. But that's all I have for y'all today. I will talk to you next time.